Hello, my name is Marcellus Cannon, and I am doing genotype versus phenotype. What is a genotype? Genotypes are information contained within two alleles. A genotype is the genetic makeup of an organism, and it results in some of the physical characteristics of that organism. What are alleles? Alleles are pairs or series of genes on a chromosome that determine the heredity characteristics. An example of an allele is the gene that determines hair color. Both parents give an allele to a trait that the offspring is inheriting, which can make their trait a dominant or a recessive trait. Types of genotype/alleles. Some examples of this is homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive. An organism can be homozygous dominant if it carries two copies of the identical dominant allele. Examples are A, and B. An organism can be homozygous recessive if it carries two copies of the identical recessive allele. For example, little a, and little b. And the last one, heterozygous. Individuals who are heterozygous for a certain gene carry two different alleles. Examples, uppercase A and lowercase a, and capital B and lowercase b. What are Punnett squares? The Punnett square is a diagram that is used to predict an outcome of a particular cross or breeding experiment. The diagram is used by biologists to determine the probability of an offspring having a particular genotype. Here are some examples of Punnett squares. How are Punnett squares related with genotypes? Punnett squares have to use genotypes to predict an outcome of a particular cross. It depicts the number and variety of genetic combinations. What are phenotypes? It's the set of observable characteristics of an individual resulting from the interaction of its genotype with the environment. A phenotype is determined by an individual genotype, which expresses phenotype. Genotypes are the genes, while phenotype is the physical trait. Phenotypes is what we are physically seeing with our eyes. The phenotype is how genetic and environmental influences come together to create an organism's physical appearance and behavior. Examples of phenotypes: blue eyes, and brown hair. Phenotypes is what we see with our eyes. Summary. Genotypes are the genetic constitution of an individual organism, while phenotypes are the physical traits that we see. This is genotype versus phenotype.